Hi, this weekend I'm going to take you along for a bit of a special weekend for me. I'm going to be travelling and I'm going to bring my knitting, of course. I'm also going to be participating in a Norwegian national championship of, I suppose you'd call it, concert band. So first of all, let's pack my knitting bag. This is my favourite bag to bring all my knitting. It can fit everything I need. My MacBook. It's got this really neat compartment here where I can fit flat things like my laptop, and chargers will go in there. As well as any knitting patterns or other papers I have to bring. I was a bit ambitious, brought 2 projects with me on this trip, but I only started at the top. The dog jumper will have to wait. I'm loving this yarn. This is Drops Fiesta, and it's technically a sock yarn. It's a little bit thicker than the Drops Fable that I usually use for socks, but I really like this colorway where it has multiple colors. I was also a bit ambitious in the amount of yarn I brought, so this last one is the one I wanted to make the dog jumper in, so we'll save that for another time. It's always a worry of not bringing enough yarn. And then I'm going to show you the front pocket that I usually keep like this at all times, so it's ready to take with me to knit. So this opens all the way down, and here it's got a bit to hang a key, which I don't really use, but I got a little pocket for my little measuring tool, and I can also measure my needles. Got a couple of crochet hooks, got my little embroidery scissor, got my handcrafted needle minder. My mother-in-law bought me. She also bought me the embroidery scissors. Got some pens, some scrap yarn in case I need to mark something. Got a little measuring tape. I got my plain stitch markers, and in here I got some knitting needle stoppers, little, I suppose, daisy and another type of flower. Then I'm not going to take them out. I got some knitting needles and I got some stitch holders. And I also got 2 new knitting needles, as I didn't have any size 4mm in this length. So I'll tuck that in there as well. And there's still, you can see from the side, plenty of room in here for snacks. And there's a bit on the side for my water bottle. So this is basically going to be my hand luggage. We're going to travel by bus, so I don't have to worry about what I bring. This is about a 6-hour bus journey, so I'll see how much I get knitted on the way up there. These are both new projects that I'm working on. So I'm going to start on the bus today, and I'll bring you with me when I knit on the bus on the way up, and my hotel room a bit. I might bring you behind the scenes before our concert, and on Saturday I got the day off to wander around Trondheim, and I'll let you know how it goes. And at the end of the weekend, I'll show you how much I've knitted. It was such a beautiful spring day when I was leaving. It's one of the first few sunny days we've had. I decided to bring all my trombone accessories in my suitcase this year, so I had one less bag to bring. It meant I had to bring a big suitcase. And there's the puppy. She likes to go on little adventures on her own, but I didn't really want her to go outside at this time, especially since I was driving the car and everything. Hey, kom on! Oi, jag är så flink! Se! Bra, jätta! She is the best little puppy. Right, I cast on before we even left on the bus. So I was sitting here casting on, and I'm really uncomfortable filming in public, but on the bus I managed to find ways to do it, but walking around, filming our rehearsals and everything was really hard. On the way to Trondheim, the sun was setting and it was really nice and relaxing to be on the bus. And we had quite a few hours of just enjoying before the sun actually set and it got too dark to see anything outside. By the time we got to the hotel, it was after midnight, so it was pitch black outside, so I didn't do any filming then. But this is my hotel room. This is the 4th time I stayed in this hotel, so I had a room to myself this time. So you got a nice double bed, little desk and a comfortable chair. I was on the 20th floor. You can't really see it in this clip because it's really dark, but I'll show you a clip the next day of what it looks like during the daylight. This is an update of how much knitting I got done on the bus. This is a top I'm doing from top down. So the first few rounds went very quickly because there's not many stitches, but I felt I did a lot. And then lights out. This is the view from my window during the daylight. It's quite far down. We got quite nice view. I think that's Nidelva that goes through Trondheim that you can see, the river back there. Having a quick knit after our morning rehearsal. We rehearsed for about 2 hours in the morning at the hotel this time, before we had a few hours to relax before the actual competition. This is the view I'm enjoying with my lunch, and in a few seconds I'll show you the transition from before my concert and ready for the concert. We're now on to Saturday morning. I've just had breakfast with some of my band members and I'm doing some knitting before I head out. It was raining a bit, so I was holding off to go into town because I was hoping the rain would stop so I could walk, but I ended up taking the bus into town and then walking home instead. On my walk in Trondheim, I walked past Nidarosdomen, which is a very old church. It's really beautiful. And this is the side view. And and it's got a cemetery here, got some different statues. Here's a view from the front. These 3 grey doors on the bottom, they are swapping out. So there's some red samples on one door to see what red colour they're going to choose. This is the entrance to I think the Archbishop's dwelling from way back when. I didn't go into the actual museum, I just walked around outside a little bit, enjoying some time to myself after a very, very busy few days. On my way back to the hotel, I walked past Nidelva, the river again, and it's a really nice walkway past the river. It's a very still day. It was really, really beautiful. And occasionally you can see people rowing on the river as well. This is the hotel we stayed at. And it's now time to go home. I'm all packed, trying to get all my things out the door with me. And I'm knitting again on the way home. We left at about 11:30 in the morning, so it's daylight for the whole trip home. We drive past some really nice mountains, and there's still some snow in this part of Norway. Where I live, the snow is pretty much gone now. There's still some frozen rivers and some snow along the road and on the mountains. Coming up to a bit of a tourist attraction now, this big silver elk, and what's funny is if you go underneath him you can see that it's very much a he. Hi, I'm finally back home after travelling for about 8 hours. I think the bus journey is like 6 to 7 hours and we stopped for lunch, things like that, but I got a lot of knitting done on the bus. So this is how far I got since starting this on Thursday evening. This is the 5th ball of yarn, so I almost finished 5 balls of yarn. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I separated for the sleeves and I'm really happy with how the colours are working out. When it comes to the reason I was actually in Trondheim, my concert band was participating in the Norwegian Championship of concert bands. So we're in one of the lower divisions, but out of the 14 bands in our division, we placed 4th. I'm very, very happy with that. And our percussionists got the group prize. So it's a really, really nice weekend. We got to do a lot of social things with all the members in the band. We went out to eat together. I wandered around Trondheim a bit, did a little bit of shopping, spent a lot of time relaxing and knitting as well. So I hope you enjoyed spending the weekend with me, and I'll keep you updated on this project and the other projects I'm currently working on. Have a nice evening and see you in the next one. Bye!